Hello! Welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, Orphan Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at all the wrestling news from Thursday. Let's talk about The Undertaker's first confirmed match. He has now been announced for the greatest Royal Rumble event, and he'll be facing Rusev in what is scheduled to be a casket match. Ooh, that sounds awesome. This will be The Undertaker's first casket match since Survivor Series 2008 against The Big Show. The tickets go on sale tomorrow, so yes, I can't wait for this event. It's going to be absolutely mental. They're putting a lot of time and effort and money into this, and I love it. I can't wait to see how good this event is going to be. Then we go to a few possible spoilers coming up. Why cards are always subject to change. Asuka's been currently advertised for June 10th SmackDown Live event in 2PL MS? I don't know. This could be a possible spoiler for the Superstar Shake-Up. That also being said, Extreme Rules, the PPG Paint Arena website sent out an email regarding Extreme Rules, and the email advertised the WWE title match with AJ Styles facing Nakamura and Baron Corbin. Again, subject to change, but wow, that's a triple threat main event. That does sound pretty decent. We'll have to wait and see where that goes. Then we go to Steve Austin's thoughts on John Cena vs. Undertaker, the match build. It was a little shocking to me that Cena calling him out for so long. Basically, it was an unadvertised match. I mean, Cena's trying to call out Undertaker, and I kept thinking there's no way that he's going to get an acceptance on the day of. So yeah, it was teased, and it paid off on the tease, but it wasn't really advertised, so nonetheless the crowd felt like they got a bonus, but in that bonus was a very short match and Cena got squashed. Reaction to the match: I got nothing but respect for both guys. Undertaker has been around forever. He has had one of the best runs in the history of pro wrestling. So John Cena and man, had it been a 15-minute bing bang boom kind of thing, I don't know that that's what they needed. But it just seems like maybe if Cena got just a little bit more offense into that tombstone than do the favours, maybe it would have been a little bit more effective. And his respect for Cena, it was what it was, and I don't know how Undertaker's feeling on physical level. He looked phenomenal, and he's one of the toughest guys I think in the business. But Cena's probably moving on to do other things with movies, series, and endorsements and stuff like that. But he continues to be an ambassador for the company, and he has a great attitude and is not afraid to put somebody over. I respect him for that. There is Steve Austin's thoughts. Welcome to the thoughts of Steve Austin. But yeah, it did what it did. And then former WWE writer Tom Casiello responds to comments that the creative team was responsible for Finn Balor's LGBT entrance and attire at WrestleMania 34. Darnell Michelle said, right, Finn was deaf, like, nah, I'm having gay shit and rainbows on my entrance, that's it. And then Tom responds, here's the scoop for all the fans who talk shit about things they know little about. There are many things creative have zero control over, and one of them is superstar entrances. Not that we can throw out ideas, but if you think this is somehow forced on Finn, you're a moron. Absolutely fair. And WWE writers have been criticised. Former creative team member Jimmy Jacobs gave his 2 cents. That's what the article says. It took me about 30 minutes in the writer's room to see the WWE writers are some of the smartest, most creative guys that I've ever met in the business. Unless you've been in that room, you have no idea. Fair point. At least he's defending them, and this is a guy that left on dubious terms. So, yeah, fair point. Then I have some very sad news to report. Jerry the King Lawler suffered a stroke around about 3 weeks ago. He suffered a stroke in his home on March 21st while his fiancée Lauren was unable... while with his fiancée Lauren, and was unable to speak for almost 3 days. His face was also sagging on one side. Then he woke up on Saturday morning 100% better and able to continue his normal routine of wrestling and making appearances, including WrestleMania. The King talked about exactly what happened and why the doctors were shocked that he made such a quick recovery. He also talks about only telling a few WWE personnel, including Kevin Dunn, Vince McMahon, and Triple H. He was surprised it was able to stay secret for the past 3 weeks. So, he made a full recovery after 3 days of a stroke. That is a minor miracle, seriously. I'm glad you had a full recovery, Jerry the King, Lawler, and your WrestleMania appearance was very nice to see. So hopefully we'll see more appearances in the future, and best of luck on your future whatever you're going to do, mate, because you've still taken this world by storm. We love that. Then we go to Bray Wyatt having an exchange with a fan on Twitter. Okay, Geekdome 101 or Emperor Big D, which is the ad. This is Jojo Offerman. She comes from a rich and wealthy family. She's messing around with Bray Wyatt not for the money, but because she likes him because of his personality, despite him being a fat neckbeard to many. Believe in yourself. And he went, amazing. Let's dig even deeper, shall we? I am Bray Wyatt, cult leader supreme, collective All-American, former WWE champion, future first ballot Hall of Famer, and you're this. Fair comparison, I wish you luck. I'm not going to show a picture of the guy because, yeah, that's just probably going to get me in shit if I do that. So, but he looks very similar to me, is all I can pretty much sum up on that. Glasses, a bit of a beard, quite short hair. And then he went, laughing my ass off, brother, I was putting you over. And then he responded, and I'm making you famous. Wonderful. Fair trade. Fucking love Bray Wyatt. That's brilliant. Just thought that was a little funny exchange. And then this week's SmackDown Live did 2.952 million viewers, which made it the third highest rated episode of the show since the brand extension started. Last year's show after WrestleMania was 2.885 million, so it's up from last year's, which is again good. Then Austin Aries comments on Angle's TNA reference from Raw. He went, I think every wrestling company is hiring. They're obviously done quite a bit of hiring themselves over the last 6 months. Someone should probably give them a memo and update them that TNA no longer exists. So their writing team was a little outdated on their joke. It's cool, man. We are hiring. If you come here, we won't test you or take money out of your pocket for smoking marijuana. There's a lot of perks to coming here. It's all about what you want for your career and out of your life. We're trying to provide something that's an alternative. Okay, I get that point. He's trying to use they won't test you for drugs as a positive point. Surely drug testing for any professional athlete is a good thing. Do we want another case of Eddie Guerrero on our hands? Or so many of the countless other wrestlers that have died at a young age due to steroid and drug abuse? But yeah, taking the money out of your pocket for marijuana, yeah, that one I'm glad they don't do there, because marijuana's harmless. My thought. Don't come at me. And then we've got a bit of a health scare. According to Fox8Live.com, the Louisiana Health Department has been reaching out to fans that attended the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. A tourist with measles was confirmed to be at the event and ended up being hospitalised on Saturday. The fans that have been contacted have been asked to monitor their symptoms. Health officials are also looking for a trace of infected tourist steps and contact hotels, restaurants and people that might have come into contact with. It's believed that the tourist was already ill before he arrived in the United States from the United Kingdom. So if you were at the Hall of Fame ceremony, please just get yourself checked. Let's hope no one has measles, because it's not very nice when you're an adult. And then Matt and Jeff Hardy having a new DVD come out about them, and it's going to include footage from their run in Impact Wrestling. It was mentioned that recently WWE made a deal with Impact to license footage, and this will be the first thing that they use the footage for since they licensed it, which is good. I can't wait to watch. The Best of the Hardy Boys is what it's called. It's rated 15. Even the WWE Home Video UK has announced that it's going to have the footage, which is good. And then Dave Meltzer provides some more detail on Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns' finish. The decision actually made. The agreement was made for Lesnar to stay right on the Monday they did that interview. So the go home show where he said if he loses both him and Paul Heyman will never be seen again. So they actually made the deal that day, but the contract for him to stay wasn't signed until Sunday. It was before the match. It was very much tell nobody, Roman Reigns note. The story that he told was somewhat true in the ring. He did show up that day to the building thinking he was winning the championship. He was then told that they had to change a plan, and I don't even know that he was mad. At least he'll probably be mad if Strowman ends up with the belt, but I don't know if that's happening. The negative crowd reaction isn't believed to be a factor in the finish being changed, and WWE did not expect the crowd to hate the match as much as they did. Only about 5 to 10 people reportedly knew the finish being changed. That was originally Reigns countering the last F5 into a spear. So the whole match was planned, but they changed the slightest bit of planning. At this point, it's unknown how long Brock Lesnar's new deal with WWE will last. It's believed that we'll have a better idea following the Greatest Royal Rumble and if Lesnar re-enters the USADA drug testing pool, which he has to be in the pool for 6 months until he is allowed to fight for the UFC again. So we'll have to wait and see on him. Then we have a horrible story to report. Naomi responds to a comment from a racist fan. Classy this is. I'm going to repeat the comments. I'm going to say before I say this is despicable, horrible, and this language and these thoughts should not be allowed in 2018. It's absolutely disgusting. First of all, he went to Mark Baba Babe Jr. 1, Naomi, and 2 other people. Oh my god, another monkey talking. And then, after that, said, America is not your country, Africa is. There is no room on this earth for disgusting scumbags like that. That's absolutely bang out of order. His name is TJ Killershawn, or @FightZone_. Her response: I deal with negativity and racism like this on a daily basis, but I don't allow it to bring me down. I encourage others who are experiencing the same of any type of bullying to stay strong, stay positive, and not let the actions of others change who you are. Kiss emoji, #feel the glow. Well, I am glad that she doesn't let this keep her down. I really am, because they are some hurtful, horrible comments. And I hate to share stories like that, but it's part of the job of reporting the wrestling news. Anyway, then we go to Jerry the King Lawler commented on Mark Henry's plea to Martha Hart during the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony to allow Owen to be inducted. I don't think that was a place to do it. Who knows? Trust me, WWE would love to have Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame. There's no need to plead to anyone in WWE. Well, call her up on the phone if you're that close and plead your case there. That's just my personal opinion. I'm sure Mark thought it was a good thing to do, and that's fine. I don't think it helped. When asked if people in WWE were upset about Mark Henry's comments, he just said, I'm not going to say, which means they were pissed. It's obvious that they were pissed off. And then we go to the final story. MVP's teased a return. With Bobby Lashley making a comeback, MVP commented on the possibility of making a return as well. So Lashley is in WWE, back in WWE. If WWE is interested, I could be persuaded to return if WWE is interested in such a dynamic. If. Please, yes. WWE, hire him now. I loved MVP and he's a fantastic wrestler. I've got one more story. No, it's not a story, sorry. Thank you all for watching the Wrestling Newsroom. As always, please give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Bye.